Всем здоров, народ, с вами Милар, и мы продолжаем проходить игру Mass Effect Andromeda. В прошлой части прохождения, и, если не ошибаюсь, убили архитектора, и вот прилетели на Айю. Сейчас тут и квестики делаем. Сейчас мы находимся в посольстве Инициативы на Андромеде, мы вот говорили здесь с председателем посольства, вернее, это, ну, с послом, короче. Взяли у нее квестик какой-то тут местный. Так. Что ж. Ладно, пойдем. Будем бегать, делать квестики. Что еще делать-то? Вариантов не особо много. Так. Предлагаю сначала пойти туда. И уже двинемся оттуда. Это самая дальняя точка. Быстренько до нее добегаем и идем по своим делам. Так она еще и внизу находится. Ну да, это в принципе было очевидно. Так, значит придется пройти обеззараживание. Криво встали, ну ничего, типа считается. Пойдет. Так. Ассистент врача. Гони антибиотики, инопланетянин. Да. Да. Все взял. Все, валим отсюда. Так, тут у нас что хорошего? Вернуть Тортакавелле, Орвисом, Леном или как там. Ну ладно, побежали к нему, это вроде как соларианец. Сорвис Лен. Расслабься, чувак.
You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course.
Ой, чувак, ЧСВшный такой.
When some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Он еще сказал?
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders.
Типа его брат, наверное, не попал сюда.
He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
Не будь таким грубым.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this.
Так смирись уже.
I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters. See if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
С тобой еще поговорить можно? Сканировать бойцов сопротивления. Так, ну, я понимаю. Придется уже на базу сопротивления зайти. Так. Походу нам не сюда. Дверь не закрывайся. Фух. Пели. Побежали вниз. Вон он.
I detect the infrared dye Sorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
That
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
Вначале выслушаю тебя.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal, time of change. It worked well, until now.
Мы нарушили баланс.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here.
Он его
instead.
продал добровольно же.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself.
К тому же, что сейчас на Хаварле очень хорошо живется вроде как.
When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
Это можно исправить.
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador. See if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
Пока с тобой больше нельзя поговорить ни о чем.
Thank you.
Больше поговорить ни о чем нельзя. Так, вернуться к послу. Так, а быстро телепортироваться туда никак нельзя. Ай. Так. Ладно, побегаем пока здесь. Так. Авиала Кьер.
Pavara, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive.
Я ж уже
It's
был
small,
здесь.
but you've already made it brighter.
Так, о шлеме.
The ship.
But that may not be all. Storms. I hadn't even thought of that.
Ладно. Это что-то квест, не? Вернуться с метроном Кавелли. Латавелла. Видно пока что этот квест нельзя сдать. Окей, хорошо. Так. Знаете, хочет ли перебраться на Nexus?
Pathfinder. Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
Не могу гарантировать.
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
Честно, сработало. Так, поговорить с Мошаем.
If that should have come to me,
Axel, I'm all right.
you almost died. What's he doing here?
Я тебя искал.
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. He risked his life to...
Sloan Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
Кадара плохой пример.
I don't condone what happened on Kadara, but one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't use...
Что-то не получилось с ним поболтать.
Curious. Brilliant. But the Ket... Even without exaltation, they change us.
Надежда
There's
есть.
still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens,
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
Хорошо. Так, блок данных. Заметки Маша СФ, перевод Шелэша, начало записи. Я уже несколько лет изучаю план этого хранилища, но по-прежнему в него попасть в некоторые помещения. Как ни стараюсь. Возможно, после всего случившегося нам и вовсе стоило бы забыть об этом месте. Мы не оставляем попыток разобраться в реликтах и их удивительных строениях все то время, что живем на Айе. И я осознаю, что в этом наша надежда на будущее, если хотите, называйте это моей научной интуицией. Я продолжаю работу ради будущих поколений. Вы о чем-нибудь
I found the
поговорить можно?
device Ven was using to communicate with the Archon. I think we can use it to triangulate that Ket flagship's nav point.
All you have to do now is board it, steal the Meridian artifact, and escape in one piece.
Клевое дело.
When you put it like that, it doesn't sound so impossible.
Don't make light. You're venturing to a place of horrors you cannot imagine. No one has attempted anything like this before. For all our sakes, you must succeed. Now it's my turn. Thank you for freeing Ven to Rafat Kadara. I'm told you saved him from execution.
Что дальше?
What will you do with him? Are there prisons here?
Ephra wanted to punish him. I suggested Ven help tend Aya's gardens. He spent too long surrounded by death. He needs to reconnect with life.
Каким-то образом умудрился его простить. Ты?
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
Работа.
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. A Vela comes in
Неплохая
so
шутка.
often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
Знание.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is
Чём бы и
that an
нет.
option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Родина.
Are you originally from Aya or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
Жал.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jarl is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
Другие вопросы. Титул.
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference. People from mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my
И все равно тебя
regret,
так называют.
the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
Будущее.
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
Ну, может быть,
Any
может
ideas
быть.
on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them?
Да просто убиваем их, чертовой матери, и все.
Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple
Всего
solution.
доброго.
Thank you, Moshai.
Ishare.
Так, ну что ж, валим отсюда. Да, окей. Потрясающе, так потрясающе. Так. Прибавить нам сюда. Да, вот посол.
Welcome back. Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya?
I've heard of it. Why?
Angar are selling their slots to come here, so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Well, we have to do something.
Да просто сделать какую-то нашу пристройку. Предоставим место у нас, надо от них откупиться, ты справишься, поговори с Ангаром. Давай предоставим им место у нас.
We could let Angar who give up their slots live on the Nexus. It's safer than Vold.
Exactly what I was thinking. No one should suffer on our behalf. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director 10 immediately.
Всего доброго. Директор Тан наверняка этому обрадуется. В копках нет.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it.
Давай, говори, что ты хотел бы обсудить.
My whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
Все зависит от тебя.
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
Что за странный вопрос? Будто у нас нету техники, чтобы можно было связаться. Так, осталось с последним чуваком поговорить. Он находится в порту. Сейчас мы уже туда добежим. Так, Салро.
Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder. I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer, but I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
Это не мне решать.
If you put in a request, someone will get back to you.
And if they refuse? I'll have to think about it. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Ну, зато я честно ему сказал. Явно решать я не могу это. Так, сдаем квест Турианцу.
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them. More of your outposts need help, if you have time. Volt's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
А что, сразу не мог сказать об этом?
Here, I have the antibiotics for Kadara. Will the settlers be okay?
Once they have these, they'll be fine. I'll make sure they know who to thank.
Так. Да. Хочу переместиться.
You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Да, отлично подойдет. Обмен. Да. Так. Обратно. Да?
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Так, ну вроде как все. Там еще больше я от него квестов пока что не вижу. Так. Что ж, да, вернуться на бурю.
Welcome back.
Так, писем новых нету.
You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Окей. Так, во-первых, все собрать. Так, и на что надо потратить EVP? Так, зарабатывать кредиты. Так, да.
Prepping VidCon communicate.
Так, сигнал бедствия.
Suvi, play the full distress call from Prodromos.
Right away.
This is the initiative outpost Prodromos on Eos. We're in need of assistance. Tempest, this one is for you. We've got hostiles inbound. No ground activity, but there soon will be. Pathfinder, we need you. Going dark until it's resolved. We're not giving up Eos again. Out.
Ясно.
Could use more information than just hostiles and the worry of escalation.
Could be he's worried it's not a simple attack. If someone's willing to risk attacking Prodromos, your first outpost...
They're trying to make a point.
Подробности.
That's the last we heard? Nothing else?
No rider, but also no alarms. The orbital buoy isn't showing any major traffic. Bradley's military, all about the prep. I bet it's a brownout to present less of a target.
Keep the nav fresh. I'll be on the bridge soon.
Understood.
Так, что за блок данных? Покерные заметки, да, точно есть такое. Так. Что ж, придется, наверное, лететь на Продромос. Спасать его. Не хотелось бы потерять аванпост. К тому же нам все равно нужно на Эос по квесту Пиби. Так.
Ready to fly, Path. What the?
Find something?
Something pinged us. An ID request. The Tempest auto-responded.
We'll keep an eye out in the sector.
Чё нам за сообщение отправили? Так, минутку.
Deploying probe.
That a
Спутник.
satellite? Is that what pinged us in this sector?
It's pulsing an initiative call response code. Someone knows our tech inside and out.
Let's get a scan.
Давайте к нему сгоняем. Бабах.
Anti-trackback measure? Drive system overloaded. Not quick enough, though. I got a serial that has triggered an alert.
Точные поставки, ни один спутников.
What is going on?
Поговорить с Эдисон по Виткону на буре. Ну, сейчас с ней поговорим. Может, просветит нас, что за хрень здесь происходит, собственно. Да.
Ryder, tell me about the satellite you found.
Director, what are you talking about?
My alert identified a ZK resource tracker. They're emergency tech, full of overrides so they can bypass protocol. They were designed by Dr. Zoe Jean Kennedy. She disappeared with the exiles. If her tech has shown up, that could give someone a backdoor to steal from your outposts.
Пропажа.
She disappeared with the exiles, but you aren't calling her one?
She sympathized, but we'd never let an expert like that go. She was vital. But in the chaos, a lot of things and people went missing.
Следящие спутники Тарика.
Why were these trackers allowed to bypass protocols?
They're supposed to be hubs, to rapidly track and pull resources if lives are at stake somewhere. That's why they weren't deployed. Tan didn't like anyone bypassing his rubber stamp.
If this satellite is new, how is it kept up with our security measures?
That's a very good question.
Доктор Зоя Джин Кеннеди.
What was Dr. Kennedy's role in the initiative?
She designed the orbital beacons, forward stations, and half the kit in the Tempest. She'd ram an upgrade through before the requisition was on Tan's desk. Dr. Kennedy disappeared along with the exiles. That was a big loss.
Личное извещение.
Pretty extreme to set up a personal alert. Why do that?
A lot of Dr. Kennedy's projects were unofficial.
But you backed them, like these trackers.
I don't want some asshole using my access codes to cut a backdoor into our resources, or Tan blaming me for it. But I also want to know what happened to her.
С чего лучше начать?
If we have to find the tech or the person, where do we begin?
You got a sliver of data from the first tracker. With more scans, maybe Suvi can assemble a point of origin. Obviously, this tracker
Опять
has been
летать
deployed
по
by
галактикам и
tech
искать
concentrated.
дурацкие спутники.
That means outposts. Try another outpost system, or place more. Maybe you'll draw them out, whoever they are.
And when we find them?
They're stealing our resources. My concern is Dr. Kennedy, her tech, their lives. In that order.
Окей. Ладно, ребят, думаю, на этом данная часть прохождения подошла к концу. Ничего особо интересного за нее не было. Вот, ну и ощущением нахождения этого спутника и то, что тут на Эос напали. Но с Эосом будем уже разбираться в следующей части прохождения. Если вам понравилось видео, ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал, вступайте в группу ВКонтакте, все ссылки есть в описании. И всем спасибо за просмотр. До новых встреч.